We're on the eve of the inauguration of the biggest criminal ever to occupy the White House, Joseph Biden, not just brain dead, but a criminal, laundered millions of dollars through his son Hunter into the family's coffers. Unbelievable that he's now going to be the president of the United States. And then, of course, there's Kamala Harris, that evil, lying witch, someone who even called Biden a racist. Biden better watch his back because he may not wake up one morning, thanks to people in and around Kamala Harris, to let the radical left in. But what's equally as troubling, the country is living through very troubled times, is to see the exodus of the now dead Republican Party and Fox News to dance on the grave of Donald Trump. Just turn it on. Can't watch it for a long time, but you can confirm that virtually every other minute they're calling Trump a liar, saying he lied about election fraud. They even bring on Porky Pig, Karl Rove, the human incarnation of Porky Pig, to trash Trump with regard to pardons and commutations, which he's not even issued yet today. Now, they may not be the correct thing to do. I do hope he does pardon Julian Assange, because he did a service in releasing information that needed to be released. And of course, releasing that information has done nothing in any event because we don't have a justice system. Our Justice Department is the Department of Injustice. It buries things. It works against the American people. And I'm talking not just about my alma mater, Maine Justice, but the FBI. Then you've got the clown up there in Connecticut, John Durham, who's done nothing. And of course, the prior clown, worse than a clown, blowhard Bill Barr, the Attorney General, who was fired in disgrace for doing nothing. Our so-called government has turned totally against the American people. It works for itself. It doesn't work for the American people. We're at a crossroads. We have the big tech social media censoring everything. It's a full-court press, and there's not a better word really to explain it, by the left to destroy we conservatives, people of faith, and others who believe in the vision of our founding fathers. That extends to bars associations like the District of Columbia Bar that are trying to eliminate conservative lawyers like me. They won't succeed, but that's who they are. These people are, some of them are even communists that sit on hearing committees of someone by the name of Michael Tigar, Tigar. Check that out if you don't believe me. The guy's an avowed communist. The head of the Board of Professional Responsibilities gave heavily to Biden and to Obama and to Clinton, wrote books, wrote articles for Above the Law, trashing Trump and praising the honesty, if you can believe that, of Hillary Clinton. This is the disciplinary branch. And it goes right across the board to every so-called institution of government trying to quash, to destroy, and to remove conservatives, people of faith, and those who believe in our Constitution, as written by the founding fathers, as written from the body politic of this country. And of course, you've got also Facebook. I single that out. You know, they talk about they can't leave stuff up that's so-called dangerous. Well, I remember years ago, this is going back 10 years, I sued Facebook because Facebook and its owner, Zuckerberg, left up on Facebook what was called the third Intifada page, which was by the Palestinians to kill Jews, and by definition, Christians as well. And I went to the courts. I went to the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, and later the D.C. Circuit, and I tried at the Supreme Court. They wouldn't do anything about it. It's unbelievable. And this is what we're dealing with today. And that's why I wrote my book, It Takes a Revolution, Forget the Scandal Industry. Forget the scandal industry. Forget Fox News. It's dead. Stick a fork into it. They're trying to make themselves appear more conservative now with people like Dana Perino, frankly, who's almost as brain dead as Joe Biden. I mean, the woman doesn't have a clue what's going on. She's now in the morning show, and they've inserted other leftists in different spots. But this is not the issue. The issue is that we, the American people, must rise up. We must do it for ourselves. So I want you to read the Declaration of Independence. Read the opening line. When in the course of human events, the sovereign breaks away from the people, doesn't represent the people, we, the people, have a right under the laws of nature and nature's God to alter and abolish that government and to form a new government by and for the people in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. That's a paraphrase. As I've said, Jefferson was much more eloquent. But that's where we are today. And that's why in my book, I recommend that we use citizens' grand juries, people's justice, to bring about justice fairly and equally, and to actually hold the guilty accountable, such as Joseph Biden. Because within 1 month, we're going to commission a citizens' grand jury. We're going to seek the indictment of the biggest criminal ever to occupy the White House. And we're going to be looking at Comey and McCabe and Clapper and Brennan, the Lovebirds, the Obamas, the Clintons. Yes, we're going to seek to hold them all accountable. And as I write in my book, It Takes a Revolution, we even have a right of citizens' arrest, which we will attempt peacefully and legally, because we don't have a legal system and we don't have a government. As Jefferson said, the federal judges, because they were unelected, they're unaccountable to the people. They believe incorrectly that they have life tenure. They gave themselves immunity from suit. They say they're above the law. They have absolute immunity. They are the ones who are the most guilty. And in my book, It Takes a Revolution, I say figuratively, they should be the first taken to the guillotines, because they have destroyed this country, because they don't protect us from the tyranny of the other two branches of government. And now is the time to rise up, and not only to bring about justice ourselves, but to form a new government by and for the people. And for that reason, this spring, in May, we're going to have a Third Continental Congress in Philadelphia, at Independence Hall, the Visitor Center, or some other place, the cradle of liberty, my birthplace and the birthplace of freedom. And we're going to form a new government by and for the people. I hope you will join in that cause, and we're going to have experts there exactly how we do it. We will take away life tenure. We will take away immunity. We will hold the judges accountable. We will set up elections for a new Congress, and we'll have a Supreme Court that aren't a bunch of political hacks as currently exist. We will also nominate a president like they did with George Washington. Forget about this government. Don't be violent. Don't do anything that provokes them. If they want to come for us, we have our Second Amendment rights. But we will start a new day for this country, because right now, this country has been destroyed. It's been totally destroyed. And if you don't see that, wake up. That's my message for today. God bless you. God bless your family. God helps those that help themselves. God is with us if we rise up on our own, but he will not be with us if we abandon the greatest country that ever lived. That country, as of tomorrow at noon, will be totally destroyed under the presidency of Joe Biden and vice presidency of Kamala Harris. That's the crowning top. That's the icing on the corrupt cake of what we've been living with for years, which is now metastasized into a 4th-degree terminal cancer. God bless you. As I said, I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Until then, go out and read my book, It Takes a Revolution. You can get it at Amazon.com, all the major booksellers. And before you do that, read the Declaration of Independence. Thank you for listening to me.